Southeast Asia by 2030 is going to be the place, the powerhouse, the engine of growth for the world. And here's why. It is forecast to be the world's fourth largest economy with a combined GDP of more than 4.6 trillion US dollars. It has the third largest population in the world with more than 700 million people. It will have a digital economy worth 1 trillion US dollars. It has an incredibly large pool of young, highly skilled and talented workers. It is at the crossroads of the global economy, right in the middle of two of the largest emerging economies in the world, China and India, as well as being an economic powerhouse in its own right. This is the right time and the right place for a unique platform that brings all 10 countries together in one place and all the energies and synergies together with it. Voice of ASEAN is positioned now to be the power broker that influences, connects, profiles, and positions the best of what this region has to offer to the whole world. From business trends to watch out, to government policies that define the ecosystems, to the shakers and movers who accelerate economic growth, TV shows, podcasts, business advisory services, business matching. This is a platform that seeks to define Southeast Asia's own narratives. Let's tell our stories the way we want to, right from the horse's mouth. Because that has never been a liberty or a privilege for us, has it? For as long as any of us have lived, we have had every single narrative defined for us by 6 to 7 companies, almost all Western, who own 90% of global media. The stories about us in mainstream media are almost always insignificant, and when it is significant, it always suits some agenda and not necessarily ours. So let's take back that power. Media and storytelling is the most powerful weapon in this world. He who owns media rules the world. And when you control perception, you control outcomes. When you control outcomes, you are essentially king of the world. In Voice of ASEAN, you are having equity in a game changer. And this is a game that takes time to build powerful influence and network within the power brokers in 10 countries while creating a voice that is distinctively ours. But it's a game that pays off tremendously within a few years of building it patiently with commitment and strategic thinking. Because it will not stop at Voice of ASEAN. We will become the voice of every emerging market. From Voice of ASEAN, we will become the voice of Asia, and then we will have Voice of Africa and Voice of Central America and Voice of the Middle East. This will be the biggest disruptor to the control on narratives. You may even call it open source for narrative, and you can imagine the payoff then. The IBR Asia Group, which has pre-seed funded Voice of ASEAN, has 20 years of creating influence and profiling amongst the top corporate, government and diplomatic decision makers. So we have the extensive expertise, connections and know-how to take this beyond Malaysia to the other 9 countries and to bring them together to the one platform that the world looks at when they want to know more about our culture, our opportunities, our decisions, our lives and how we think. In the end, it is always storytelling. Everything the world does is a story the world sells. And how well we sell that story is how successful we are. Everything boils down to this. Transforming perspectives. That's what the Voice of ASEAN will do. And we hope you join us in our journey to transform the world.